Namaste. Good evening. I'm Jyoti Praveen, and on behalf of Yoga Vijnana, I extend a warm welcome to you all to Yoga Vichara series. Today's session is a special one not only for the topic Citta-Parikarma, 7 ways to calm the mind, wisdom from Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, but also for the speaker who is well known to yoga community, a renowned scholar, an excellent speaker, academician holding a Ph.D. in Samskrita from the University of Madras and has come to Yoga Vijnana before for guest lecture for our teacher training course. Let's put our hands together to welcome our speaker for today, Dr. M. Jayaraman Mahadevan. It's our pleasure to have you today with us, sir. Warm welcome to you. We shall begin the program with the lighting of the lamp and an invocation by Akshata Rao, student of Yoga Vijnana. I welcome Dr. M. Jayaraman, Shri Vinay Siddhaya, Shivaswamy sir, and Shri Siddhaya sir, and Srimati Rama ma'am to officially inaugurate the program through lamp lighting.
Sir, new body. Please. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಾನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ next month. Right.
Shri Devi ma'am, Shri Devi ma'am. Thank you, Akshata. For the unknown, I take this opportunity to give a brief introduction about our center and the guest speaker of the day. Yoga Vijnana, Center for Yoga, Therapy and Research, was started in December 2012 by Sri Vinay Siddhaya, an ex-IT professional who left above more than 12 years of corporate career with the intention of bringing science and philosophy together and sharing the science of yoga to the common man in the simplest way. At Yoga Vijnana, we believe in the experiential journey towards one's spiritual growth, and so far, over 3,000 plus practitioners from across the world have benefited from our various programs. Apart from regular classes that are conducted both at the center and online for beginners and experienced practitioners, we do specialize in yoga therapy, conduct many in-depth yoga and health workshops on Trataka, pranayama for seekers and yoga teachers, meditations, yoga retreats, silent treks, awakening workshops, yoga props workshop, etc. We also conduct internationally certified yoga teachers training courses at our center. We aim at spreading the knowledge of Vedas and Upanishads and attempting to review Yoga Upanishads through in-depth workshop on the same, which are available as part of our many e-learning courses. We are also the creator of world's largest chanting album collection of yoga texts, which includes Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, Hatha Yoga Pradipika, Gheranda Samhita, 16 yoga-related Upanishad, Yoga Taravali, and Bhagavad Gita. These are available on all the music stores across the world, including iTunes, Spotify, Savan, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, etc. Today, we started the production of Shiva Samhita album, which is being chanted by Dr. M. Jayaramanji himself. Yoga Vijnana Foundation is a non-profit organization under the aegis of Yoga Vijnana, founded by Yogacharya Sri Vinay Siddhaya. The foundation aims at spreading the ancient knowledge of yoga, yoga sutras, and their relevance in modern world. Through foundation, we have had several activities in the past, including guest lectures on healthy food, the art of breathing, healthy lifestyle, etc. by several Vidwans. We also believe in inculcating these practices at a young age by conducting yoga classes for school children. We also conduct monthly full moon meditation classes under the pyramid. Whoever wishes to encourage the activities of the foundation are welcomed to donate generously through the UPI that will be shared or through cash to Shivaswamy sir. The activities under the foundation are exempted under ATG. It's time to introduce our speaker for today, Dr. M. Jayaraman. It is my proud privilege to be introducing him to you all. It is our profound honor to welcome Dr. M. Jayaraman, Professor and Dean, Division of Yoga and Spirituality, SVYASA Deemed University, Bengaluru. Dr. Jayaraman holds a Ph.D. in Samskrita from the University of Madras for his research on the doctrine of Tantrayukti, a study. His academic excellence is complemented by a strong foundation in traditional Gurukula education in Vedas, Vedanta, and Yogashastra under the guidance of Pracarya Kotemane Ramachandra Bhat at the Veda Vijnana Gurukulam, Bengaluru. A distinguished scholar and prolific author, Dr. Jayaraman has contributed 25 books and 23 peer-reviewed research papers in the field of yoga and Samskrita literature. His notable works, Yogasya Bhasha and Yoga-vaisharadi, showcase his commitment to advanced immersive learning methods for yoga texts. His workshops on Tantrayukti, ancient Indian thesis or text construction methodology, have garnered acclaim. Dr. Jayaraman's expertise extends to being a resource person for nationwide faculty training program aimed at training 1,000 teachers in higher education institution on Indian knowledge systems IKS from July to October 2023. Recognized for his contributions, Dr. Jayaraman has been felicitated on multiple occasions. In January 2024, he received recognition from the Maharaja of Mysore for his notable contributions to the field of yoga. In December 2023, he was honored by the Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu during Bharatiya Bhasha Divas for contributing to translating yoga texts from Samskrita to Tamil. In 2021, he was honored with the Samskrita Grantha Puraskara by Karnataka Samskrita University for a Samskrita book, Mantra Artha Chintanam. His expertise is utilized in academic boards and councils, including the Traditional Knowledge Digital Library, CSIR Task Force Member Yoga, Kalakshetra Foundation Governing Board Member, Indian Yoga Association Member Editorial Board, and Kavi Kulagaru Kalidasa Samskrita University, Nagpur, Member Board of Studies, Department of Yoga and Alternative Therapy. Dr. Jayaraman has been nominated as a member of the Board of Studies, Yoga and Spiritual Sciences, and at the Central Samskrita University, New Delhi. I request Jayaraman sir to give a lecture.
I don't have the control of this yet. To share this. The control ಯಾಕೋ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮೌಸಲ್ಲಿ. ಈಗ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಇದಲ್ವಾ? ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆಯಾ?
Mic ಅಷ್ಟೇ. Just
Okay. Shall I start?
Yeah.
Shall I commence?
Yeah.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Yogena Chittasya Padena Vacham Malam Sharirasya Cha Vaidyakena Yopakarottam Pravaram Muninam Patanjalim Pranjaliranatosmi. Namaste to one and all. My pranams to all the yoga bandhus who have assembled here on a nice Sunday evening to be part of this Yoga Vichara series. At the outset, I place on record my gratitude to Shri Vinay Siddhaya ji for inviting me, considering me as a speaker in this very enlightening series called as Yoga Vichara. When I heard of the word Yoga Vichara, actually Vichara is also a yoga tool. I recollected as I was just sitting here in Yoga Vasishtha, there is a verse. So this is out of syllabus, not in the slide. It flashed. There is a beautiful shloka in Yoga Vasishtha. Vicharo rajate jantoho rajanyamiva chandramaha. Vichara charavo jivaha bhasayanto disho dasha. That is, Vichara, the ability to think, analyze. That is Vichara. Yoga Vichara means thoughts, analysis, thinking. So Vichara is a very important component in human life, especially in the life of yoga sadhakas. It is shining, means the person who is endowed with the capability of Vichara, ability to think, contemplate, analyze. How is that attribute in an individual? It is like the full moon shining in pitch darkness. You visualize that dark night, and then there is this full moon which is a shining. So in similar way, what is that which shows the path in our life is Vichara. Only when we think, we are able to decide and proceed further. So Vicharo rajate jantoho rajanyamiva chandramaha. Rajani is night, Chandrama is the moon. So as in the night time, the moon, the shining moon stands out. Similarly, Vichara shines forth in every individual's life, and a person who is adept in Vichara, he shines forth in the universe, in whatever walk of life he takes up. And that too, Yoga Vichara, taking up this contemplative way of life in the path of yoga. So that is again much more rewarding. It is not that I am going to tell something to you and you are listening. I am doing my Vichara here. So it can be taken as a loud thinking that we all do the Yoga Vichara together. So hence, and this yoga system. So what is there in yoga when we think? This is that comes in the invocation that you see on this slide itself. That is Patanjali Maharshi, whose Vigraha or Murti you see here. He has systematized yoga, and then through that, he has helped in refining our intellect. Yogena Chittasya, by yoga, refining the intellect. Padena Vacham, by a grammatic treatise called the Mahabhashya, he refined our speech. And then Malam Sharirasya cha Vaidyakena, by a treatise in Ayurveda, he has refined the body impurities. So doing vichara in how to refine our mind, how to refine our speech, and how to refine our body. So that is very important. Contemplating upon whether Elon Musk will launch the next mission and whether we will colonize Mars is very important. But I feel more important is vichara about our own body, our own mind, and our own speech. So the one who has guided us in this path is Patanjali Maharshi, and we salute him at the outset. So Yoga Vichara is all about basically how can we use this wonderful instrument called mind better rather than suffering with the instrument called the mind. So means that, for example, just thinking of it, you can buy a two-wheeler, you can be happy with buying the two-wheeler, or you can spend endless time in the garage repairing the same thing. So hence, it is like that. Mind is also one such instrument. Are we going to go on replacing or repairing it? Are we just going to use it as a tool and ride to the destination that we want to go? So that is very important. And does really yoga have those inputs about refining minds? Because generally, when you see what is the general perception of yoga, general perception is normally in every picture on a yoga studio or a yoga thing, okay, people doing asanas, people doing pranayama, or closing the eyes and meditating. So that is the first idea about yoga that we get. Okay, you do some vichara and then go to the next step. So a little bit more of exploration, it will reveal that, oh, okay, what is yoga? Patanjali, some name called Patanjali is associated, and Ashtanga, they say, is there in yoga. Yama, Niyama, Asana. These 8 limbs are there in yoga. So which addresses various dimensions of life. Oh, that is yoga. That's the second level of exploration. Okay, do little more vichara and go further. What do we find? We find in the same yoga realm, there is tools like Abhyasa Vairagya. There is a Kriya Yoga. And there is furthermore Ashtanga Yoga placed in a particular hierarchy. So Ashtanga Yoga is only one tool. There are many other tools. Can we stop our vichara here? When we go further more deeper, then we find much more deeper concepts in the self-same yoga realm, like Citta-Parikarma, which is what we are going to take up today. And then we have the system of Chaturvyuha, then Citta-Parinamas, Siddhi Panchakam, ... it goes on. So the idea is, as we acquaint ourselves more and more with yoga, the more and more we can unearth from yoga. From the general perception that we have about yoga, we can go deeper and deeper, and then we can utilize. So hence, yoga has the potential for offering us the 7 approaches to calming the mind. So Citta-Parikarma comes much deeper into the yoga realm. When I say deeper, oh, will it be in our grasp? We don't even, or I'm not even aware of Ashtanga, Kriya Yoga, etc. How come I will go into the Citta-Parikarma, and when will I use it? Whether I will use it in this Janma or not? That question may come. It is very deep, of course, because Patanjali Maharshi has given it out of his deep contemplation. While it is deep, it's also practical. It is for every human being. Every human being who can do the vichara or think whether why I am like this. Can I become better? Why my mind is like this? Can my mind be much more refined and polished and calm and relaxed? So for all those, there is this 7 tools. Means when I say deeper and deeper, there is this story from Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, the parable of Ramakrishna. He is known for it. Many, many short stories he will say. He gives the story of a woodcutter. That is, a poor woodcutter comes to a sage and says, Swamiji, this is Ramakrishna Paramahamsa telling us the story. Swamiji, every day I cut wood and I just get a few rupees, that's all. hand to mouth. My life is hand to mouth, only that much. The sage is moved out of compassion and he says, go to that forest. Then just don't stay with the periphery, go into the forest. So then, as per the advice of the sage, the woodcutter carries his axe and then goes into the forest and he finds a mine of silver. Then he brings back, oh sage, oh Rishi, because of you I got this silver mine, a lot of silver coins and other things I got. Then the sage says, go further. Then the woodcutter goes further and then finds a gold mine. He's happy. Nice. He comes and reports back to the sage. Then the Rishi says, what does the Rishi say? Go further. Same policy, same formula. So then he finds much more precious stones. And then, so in this is the pattern. So this is the story. And then the person becomes prosperous, rich, and he is taken care of. The story ends there, all well. Right. So in the same way, if we go deeper and deeper in our contemplation, we will not become outdated or otherworldly. Our life only will become better. So in our Vichara, we have to deepen our Vichara. So that is the idea. And so when we deepen our Vichara in yoga, we can unearth many, many precious thoughts. Now, let us come to our current concept of Parikarma. What is this Parikarma? I have heard of asana, pranayama, all these terms at least are now popular. Even in the advertisement, now we see people sitting in meditation and breathing, etc. All they do. Asana, pranayama, etc. We say Parikarma, you are introducing a new term. What is this Parikarma? It's very simple. That is, when I am going to, I have a small plot of land. So I am going to put a plant in that. So I'm just going to put a flower plant, a rose or something. Before that, what do I do? Work that is around that I do. Pari means around. It is not parikrama, it is parikarma. Parikrama means going round. Parikarma, karma means action. Actions that we do around a particular thing. Preparatory actions. That is parikarma. So before putting that plant, we ensure that there are no weeds and then the soil is good. We put some manure and prepare the soil and then we then bring the pot of thing and then put the plant. So these preparatory actions are called as parikarma. Right. So in the same way, I want a peaceful mind, means just like a beautiful flower, my mind also should flower. It should be fragrant. It should be pleasant. Of course it will, but you have to do parikarma. You have to prepare. That's all. This is the concept. So mind, of course, it will get agitated because every other day we have to transact with people. Transact, that is how we survive. Sunday is over, then next Monday. Monday morning, blues. We have to meet our colleagues. The same thing that we have to do. And even in the weekend, again our household related chores and other activities that we have to do. So in this way, we cannot run away. We cannot run away. We have to stay here and we have to prepare the mind in such a way that it is capable to perform, capable to flower. See, a plant also, what is this? What is so big in the plant growing? No, it also survives. Though it is one place, it also has to survive harsh climates. So sometimes it is raining, sometimes it is cloudy, sometimes it is very cold, sometimes it is hot. It has to live through all these things. And when it survives, of course, with some support of the gardener, then it beautifully flowers. Even for a plant, we just say it is there. No, I only go to the office. I only come back. I only navigate the Bengaluru traffic. No, the plant is also navigating its own troubles and sufferings. So hence, in this way, there is no running away. Life is going to be a Kurukshetra. Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetra. Everyone has its own Kurukshetra, but we have to prepare in such a way that we can maintain or reduce the agitations, tensions, etc. For that, what are the parikarma? So I need not now translate it into preparation. I can use the terminology parikarma. So what are all the preparations that we need to do? So that is the context. So the point is, why should we do this parikarma in the context of Yoga Sutra in the first chapter, Sutra 1.33. From then on till 1.39, about 7 sutras are there. So there Patanjali Maharshi gives us 7 approaches to prepare the mind, 7 alternative approaches. Either you can take this approach or the other approach or a combination of approaches, or you can stay with one approach on one day. So in this way, depending upon the situation, you can choose your own approach which suits the challenge the mind is facing and appropriately address that agitation. So by keeping the mind pleasant, what happens? Merely keeping the mind pleasant, again it will get into trouble only. So making the mind pleasant and calm is to make it focused. And if it is focused, either it can succeed spiritually or material. So materialistically also success in our life, we have ambitions, goals for the life. That also needs to be done. Later we will realize that, okay, these are all there required, but ultimately question will come, what is the purpose of my life, etc. So for that also you need a focused mind. So if we train ourselves to a non-agitated state of mind or ability, a resilient mind, even though there is suffering, I can stand this. We all have withstood a great thing called as Corona, and we are here. So it is not that the world has ended. So in this way, that resilience, if we keep on building using these parikarmas, then once we transcend or kind of to an extent we have fulfilled our goals and ambitions, we can turn inwards, and that is the original purpose for which Patanjali Maharshi is giving. Patanjali Maharshi is not giving these parikarma so that I can become from a manager to general manager and CEO and so on and so forth. That is not his purpose. His purpose is for self-exploration. Who am I? For ultimate realization of my true nature, only these are there. As a byproduct, I can also use it for my success in my worldly ambitions. So that is the context. I'm not going into much more nitty-gritties. So from sutras, if you want to read more, I'm just giving you the reference. Patanjali Yoga Sutra, sutras 1.33 to 39. These approaches are given. Actually, one interesting thing, this topic I am not addressing it for the first time. I am addressing it for the second time. Pre-corona period in 2019, I had, it's a very interesting thing. In the first time the talk came up. So one day I got a call from Sri Aurobindo Ashram, Pondicherry. There was one Professor Sampadananda Mishra ji, now he's in Delhi. So from that group, means they informed me that Jayaraman, you are talking on prenatal yoga for so yoga for prenatal mothers, in the sense mothers to be, means those who are expecting, those who are already carrying and they are about to think. What? I only know Yoga Sutra, I only know textual knowledge. How will I speak about? Because I'm not a science person at the outset. I'm not at all a science person. I did my commerce and then moved into Samskrita studies. So how come I will speak about the prenatal yoga? I somehow tried to wriggle out of that particular this thing, but they pushed to me a corner that you have to, no one else, you have to address this topic. So when I was in a fix, then actually that put me into Vichara. Okay, now I have to address, what can I take up? So then when I started contemplating on it, these 7 tools are there. But then I understood that preparing the mind, by the textual study, I knew that these 7 are for preparing the mind. So mind, everyone has a mind. Everyone has a mind. It is not that only someone has a mind. Everyone who is involved from an army person to a computer engineer, to a father or the mother or an expecting mother. So, can I think on these lines as to how this Citta-Parikarma can apply for can be part of a prenatal education? So then I was pushed into that. Then when I thought, it is like you have played the Minesweeper game, no? When no other games thing is there, we play that Minesweeper. When you click on one box, so many things open up. So in the same way, when I was pushed to think in this direction, then it opened up my mind that, oh, Yoga Sutra is not only for one particular dimension, it applies to every mind. Now, if you ask me to speak about this Citta-Parikarma for army personnel, yes, I can speak. Because I now understood that it is addressing the universal mind. So if any mind is prepared using these Citta-Parikarma, they can excel, they can succeed, or they can do well in their particular realm. So that gave me the confidence to look into it. So now this is the second time Yoga-Vijnana has given me the opportunity to present this. So hence, in this way, to prepare and nourish the mind, we can consider all these Citta-Parikarma. There is also a beautiful saying in Yoga Vasishta. Manah kritam kritam loke na sharira kritam kritam. Means what is considered to be really done means physically doing something is not really doing. The application of mind, with the mind, if you do something, if you intentionally do a thing, only then it is considered to have been done. If the mind is not applied there, then it is not at all done. In a sense, for example, in I have a high fever, I am in delirium, I am blurting out, I am scolding someone. Does that count? Later I will say, sir, I was in, my health condition was not good. Something I blurted out. People also will not take it seriously. So because it is not manah purvaka, somehow it came out. Or even when I walk, I just take my hand like this, someone was there, is hit. So I say, sorry sir, unintentional. I did. So it is not manah purvaka. It is just unintentional. So that which is done with the mind, with the intention is really done. That which is unintentionally done is not really done at all. So how to be more intentional, how to do things properly, so that our actions are really kind of reaching their goal properly. So for that, to become more mindful, to mind the mind better, we have to look into these Citta-Parikarmas. I will give the classical interpretation, some contextual explanation, and if there are some studies that I found, that also I will present. Without much ado, I have given enough introduction. Now I get into the 7 Citta-Parikarmas. The first sutra, that is, which is actually 33rd sutra in the first chapter, is Maitri Karuna Muditopekshanam Sukha Dukha Punya Punya Vishayanam Bhavanatas Chitta Prasadanam. I have not given the entire sutra, so not to trouble you. So this is the sutra. It's a very nice sutra where, so this actually, to calm the mind, there is no one single approach. There may be multiple approaches. So this is an emotional hygiene. If our emotional hygiene is maintained, the mind will naturally be calm. Actually, in the Ashtanga Yoga, there is a concept called as a shaucha, as part of the niyama, cleanliness. So cleanliness is of 2 types: bahya shaucha, abhyantara shaucha. External cleanliness and internal cleanliness. How do we get the external cleanliness? Wash our hands, take bath regularly, not once in a year, and then use the sanitizer, hand wash, so on and so forth, etc. That is external cleansing. What is our so whenever there is impurity, we immediately wash. So how, and that we do regularly, right? Whenever I go home, as I enter, I wash my feet, wash my hand, and then only put my hand on the plate of food. In the same way, internal hygiene. How do we maintain that internal hygiene? Commentators of Yoga Sutra, they say, internal hygiene is maintained by Maitri, Karuna, Mudita, Upeksha. These bhavanas, these are our sanitizers, emotional sanitizers, which keep our antahkarana, mano, buddhya, ahankara, chitta. These are all sanitized, cleansed by these four bhavanas, four emotions. We have to kind of bring them out, which will not come naturally. So in which context? So four qualities: Maitri, friendliness; Karuna, compassion; Mudita, gladness; Upeksha, indifference. These four emotions we have to bring out when there is certain context. Sukha, dukkha, punya, apunya. In four kind of situations, you have this table. In four situations, if you bring in these four emotions, see, normally emotions are like kind of a knee-jerk reaction, right? We don't plan for emotions. Something we see, suddenly we are afraid. In this way, we emote in a knee-jerk manner. But Patanjali says, Maharshi Patanjali says, program your emotions. You can program your emotions. If you program your emotional responses, your mind will remain in a state of hygiene, or else there will be lot of confusions or trouble or difficulties and agitation, restlessness, sleeplessness, everything will come. So how to program? So in different, if then go to, software program is there, no? If someone is happy, if, then don't become envious. Someone, that person got an increment. This person got a promotion. Is that person happy? Yes. Then how should I emote? You got it, not me. Not that envy, but if someone is in a state of happiness, express friendliness. Yes. So just like true friends enjoy the friend's success, someone is happy, your own colleagues. I know it is very, very easy said than done. But still, if we don't do, that internal hygiene will not be maintained. So someone is happy, we have to express our friendliness. Shake the hand, pat the back, and then if not from within, at least external. My mother used to say that, see, why can't you offer a glass of water to me? It's not always that I have to give you water, I have to give you tiffin, I have to close the door, everything. Why can't you do? Or at least, can't you just verbally utter, Amma, do you want anything? You will not get up from your seat. You will not come and give me water. But at least verbally, can't you say that? So in the same way, though intentionally we may have that difficulty to express that friendliness, can't we externally do it, and then it will slowly seep down. So hence, when someone is happy, not giving into the envy, rather than expressing friendliness. In Ayurveda Dinacharya, there is a beautiful thing. It's also for daily hygiene. In that, it says, sadhane irshya karaniya na phale. Someone is successful, we should not, and he is enjoying a promotion or an increment or something like that. What bothers us is his increment or promotion, and not how he has achieved that. How hard he has put in that work, how many sleeplessness night. So sadhana, how he achieved. You should be envious of the effort and not envious of the outcome. So that kind of emotion, if we can slowly understand and slowly program our mind, then our mental hygiene or emotional hygiene can be maintained. So our agitation, see, the whole day I will not sleep. Next day, if someone, my colleague, or I didn't get all those things, mind is agitated, I am not good, sleep is not there, my productivity goes down. In that place, can we bring in this? So then slowly, it comes. slowly only, but at least knowing ichha, jnana, kriya. So first that desire, if it comes in, I have to emote positively, then the means will find its own way, and then we will finally do that. So hence this awareness is essential. Second, then compassion. So when someone is in pain, especially the ones whom we know. See, generally anyone on the road, someone is suffering, naturally we will try to help. But especially in people who are associated with us in one way or the other, if they are in pain and they are not very favorable to us also, if they are in pain, you deserved it. You deserve to attain this suffering. No, that should not be the emotion. Rather, whoever is in pain, ನನ್ನ ಶತ್ರುಗೂ ಬರಬಾರದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಕಷ್ಟ ನನ್ನ ಶತ್ರುಗೂ ಬರಬಾರದು. See, this is naturally ingrained in our culture. But the thing is, we have to bring in mindfully. So if someone is in real suffering, even though that person is not a very favorable person to me, we still have to emote in a compassionate manner. Can I help him in any way? Rama has shown the way. Ravana was completely disarmed. Then Rama could have finished the war on that day. He said, you are in a very deep distress. Everything is lost. Come on, go and recoup and then come back. So hence, in a sense, that someone is in deep trouble, deep suffering, who may not be favorable to us still, but we should have that sense of compassion. Again, all these are like swimming against the current. When naturally things come, we will, in the mind, heart of our heart, we say, yes, you deserve that. We say that, but slowly, yogic person will because or else what happens is, it is a samskara that gets set, a negative impression, negative way of thinking. So we will ensure that the person suffers more and more. We will utter a couple of caustic comments that already that person is suffering. You will aggravate the situation by making a caustic comment, and then the enmity is only going to grow deeper, and it is going to be more bitter. So at that point of time, can we bring that sense of compassion, so that ultimately, if you are not in loggerheads with the other person, who is happy? You are happy. So you have to think that way, in the sense, who benefits finally? If the trouble is not aggravated with that person, I move away, I walk away, or at the heart of my heart, I feel compassionate and move away. The trouble is not aggravated, I feel better. Means, yeah, next time around, the person at least will not negatively emote towards me. So the impact will come down. Again, we have to do vichara. I'm just throwing the seeds. We have to do vichara in our walk. Every minute of life, we have to contemplate and consciously bring in all these things. And then the third one. So someone has done something good. So Maitri, Karuna, Muditopekshanam, Sukha, Dukkha, Punya. Someone has done a good thing. For example, we are living in a housing society. Someone sees that lot of paper is thrown, etc., etc., and then the person goes out and then picks the papers and then puts it in a dustbin. We will say drama bazi. He is see, he will put next day. See, he will put it in reels tomorrow. So all that again, we will be kind of skeptic. We will be skeptic on something. At least that much, those papers bits were not there, no. So he has at least gone out and picked out. I only sat on the sidelines and commented. At least he went out there. So anyone does something good, we should only express gladness, happiness. So Maitri, Mudita means happiness. We have to at least this much has happened. Especially, it's more applicable in the upbringing of children. On a given day, everyone, means including me, we are all suffering, or it's a great sangharsha. It is a fight every morning to get the child up at 7 o'clock or 6:30 or 6 o'clock. It's a fight that somehow the child get on one fine morning. The child means we try from 6 o'clock. The child wakes up slowly, opens the eyes only at 7:05. The bus will leave at 7:30. Our tension, etc. is one day the child wakes up at 6 o'clock. What should we say? Okay, today she has woken up. It will not continue. So when some good thing has happened, the child on its own, the son or daughter, that good thing has been done, we should not, and then it will, oh, okay, even if I do a good thing, there is no positive reinforcement. Why should I do it? I will continue in my old path. So they will term it as a child psychology. This is not only child, so including child psychology, it applies in various walks of life. So your erring junior subordinate, always he comes late. On a given day, he is earlier than you. Ivattondina bega bandbittu matadbeda. So again, all these comments will come. So can we bring in? So at least let us hold our horses back, not commenting in a skeptic way. Maybe if not words of encouragement, can we not be skeptic about a good thing being done? See, goodness, when it is encouraged, it only grows. We have to have that hope. So again, our mental hygiene is maintained when we start emoting in this way. And then finally, fourth one, it's a bit controversial, but we have to get into the context of it. So something good is done, I have to be glad. I have to express gladness. Someone is disrupting things. Someone is doing something wrong. How should we emote? How should we respond to it? We should be indifferent to it. We should not see, the point is, sometimes, again, coming back to the same child things, sometimes the child will throw things, tantrums, and throw things here and there. So then, if we start fighting or pointing out, you are throwing it always like this, you school bag on one side, shoes and socks on one side, what is this nonsense? So the child sometimes might want to poke at the parent's emotion and to aggravate. Many a times the child might have been wronged. So the child might want to so if I poke, now see, the mother will shout now. Now I will aggravate my mother or my father. So in such a situation, when someone is trying to instigate something, not only the child, in many occasions in different walks of life, many a times indifference means it will on its own go away. So means that there are a couple of instances that I remember. There is this one story of Krishna Balarama Satyaki. You might have heard about it. Krishna Balaram, how much time I have, sir? If I get into the stories, yeah. I'm still in the first tool. There are 7 parikarmas. We are in the first one. See, Krishna Balarama and Satyaki. Satyaki, you know, he's a great warrior. So, but a childhood friend of Krishna and Balarama. They go to a forest. Children, they were playing. They were deep into the forest, and the sun sets. It is darkness. Now they decide that this is not the right time to go back to the village. In the path, there may be certain wild animals, etc. We may be harmed by it. So let us find a safe place, and then fruits and other things are there. We will eat it. But the thing is, one person should be awake and the other 2 should sleep. So for one yama, 3 hours duty. So 9 hours. So they went to children, they go to sleep early. So the first Krishna under a tree, both because wild animals, etc. will be there. Someone should stand on guard, the other 2 should sleep. So Balarama said, yes, I am the eldest one. I will stand guard first. The first duty is mine. Okay, Krishna and Satyaki, they lie down and sleep. And then Balarama is pacing up and down. he's doing some exercise, etc. He's known for that. So and then someone is, a small laughing sound is heard. And then slowly that fear, with the fear, he just looks back, Balarama. And then the laughter sound increases and increases. And when he turns and sees, there is a Rakshasa. Then Balarama gets kind of angry and then starts fighting with the Rakshasa. So you should not ask when the fight was happening, those two are not waking up. No, they are not waking up. That is the story. Okay, let us say that at a particular distance, this Balarama is fighting with this Rakshasa. The more and more Balarama fights with great strength, the Rakshasa grows in strength. And then by the time his alarm hits, time comes. So he says, somehow he pushes the Rakshasa away and then he urgently wakes up Satyaki, my duty is over, now you take care. You should not expect logic beyond this. And then, so then Satyaki, the time comes. Satyaki is also a very brave young man. And then the same thing happens as the fight is aggravated. As violently or ferociously Satyaki is responding, the Rakshasa is growing in size. So again, finally, his duty is also over, fighting with that Rakshasa. And then finally, Krishna's turn. Krishna walks around and so finally, yeah, and he performs his duty and it is over. So Krishna wakes up both Balarama and Satyaki. It is the sun has arisen, let us go to the village. Okay, so they are all walking towards the village. And then Balarama said, did you fight with a Rakshasa? Last night there was a Rakshasa. Yes. There was a Rakshasa, big. As we grew in anger, the Rakshasa became bigger and bigger. Satyaki also confided with him, yes, it is true. Krishna was asking, which Rakshasa? Which Rakshasa are you speaking? So his towel was there from his Uttariya, that there is a small knot, Gantu. So he opened that Gantu, there was this Rakshasa, small Rakshasa, he is there. Are you speaking about this person? He asked. So our anger, someone is instigating something. If we respond more and more to that instigation, it will only grow into bigger. In our family also, due to some misunderstanding, someone flies into a rage and utters something. We respond with the same velocity and ferocity. What will happen? It will increase. This side also, the stakes are higher. So in this way, it will go on until it comes to a breaking point. So in the same, if someone is stepping on the accelerator, someone should take away the foot from the accelerator by indifference. Silently, we have to listen. So then sometimes the other person may come to the senses. So mudita, upeksha. So these 4 things we have to program. What are the 4 things that we have to program? Maitri, karuna, mudita, upeksha. See, and these are to be programmed on these situations only. Generally, we will be a friendly person. No. Even in our subordinates, when they are succeeding, we should be friendly. And compassionate. Generally, I am compassionate. No, even when in that situation, we have to be compassionate. So contextually, when naturally these emotions will not flow, we have to mindfully bring out these emotions. So these are all the first, this is the first approach. When can we practice all these things? We have to go to a yoga shala, you have to come to Yoga Vijnana to practice this. For asana pranayama, you can come here. For Maitri, Karuna, Mudita, Upeksha, as long as you are breathing and interacting, it can be practiced. So hence, highly practical, intensely, closely connected. So these are all the thoughts that we find in Patanjali Maharishi's views. And then, see, even in a prenatal condition, as I was studying in that context, when you feel happy and calm, it allows your baby to develop in a happy, calm environment. However, emotions like stress and anxiety can increase particular hormones in your body, which can affect your baby's developing body and brain. So these are certain studies. So even a passively observing child which is there in the mother's womb can be influenced. What about people who are actively involved? See, just like passive smoking is more deadly than active smoking. So in this way, our negative emotions, we start radiating those negative emotions, and the entire nice mood of the family is spoiled. So hence, it is very essential. So at an emotional level, can we do this? So this is the first option. So this is one practice. The second practice is you can come to Yoga Vijnana for this. Prachardana vidharanabhyam va pranasya. That is, we can induce some mindful breathing. So whenever the mind is agitated, restless, etc., we can elongate our breathing. So extended exhalation. So if we deep slowly and in a long manner, naturally the mind will also settle down. So in different occasions, see, Maitri Karuna every day, every time you can do. And when certain situation comes, you have to remember that and apply. And this also, we have to this also should be part of the routine, so that it will not come when the mind is agitated. On that particular time, you will not remember. Until it is part of your routine, you will never, that will not come into the mind. That's why in yoga, everyday practice is essential. So as we breathe deep and long, dirgha sukshma, if we breathe deep and long, then also the mind will settle down, because the mind and the breath are two sides of the same coin. So if the chalevate chalam chittam, you might have heard about this. It's a very popular thing. So hence, if the mind is calm, the breath will also be calm. If the mind is agitated, there is labored breathing. You can reverse engineer, that is, breathe slowly and calmly, and then the mind also, in a way, can see things objectively rather than being rushed. So hence, that's a very classical thing. Actually, if you go deeper, I just studied this one sutra and the traditional commentaries. From that one sutra, we get at least 9 pranayama techniques. I am not going into it. So there are, in the same sutra, various commentators have given. So hence, it's very essential. And pranayama comes with a prerequisite, that is asana. Tasmin sati shwasa prashwasayoho gati. To some extent, you have to do some physical activity, physical stability, and then pranayama, if you do, it will be helpful. So hence, it's a package. If you order for pranayama, Amazon will deliver asana also. There is no return thing. So hence, both are mixed, combined in this package. Some asana and pranayama on a daily basis. It's very essential. Then Acharya Krishnamacharya, in his work, Yoga Rahasya, which was revealed to him, is the father of the modern yoga. He is exclaimed to be, he is from Mysore. So he has, in his trance-like position, he rediscovered this text called as Yoga Rahasya, written in very ancient times by sage Nathamuni. In that, a beautiful indication is there. Yame dasha dasha kuriyat pranayaman ayur vridhyai. If you want to have a long life, ayur vridhyai, every yama do 10 pranayamas. What is yama? 3 hours. Every 3 hours do 10 pranayama. So how many yamas are there in a day? 8 yamas. So see, the idea is ideally every 3 hours. That's what Acharya Krishnamacharya says. Take powerful breaks and do pranayama, and then get back to your routine. In the office also, whenever we are continuously working, rather than continuously working, can we take a powerful break? We say power nap. Can we do some power break using some 10 pranayamas? It may be Shitali pranayama, which cools down, Shitali, Sitkari. No, sir, breathing itself is difficult for me. Then what can I do? Chant a long Om. That also extends the breathing. Om. That is also fine. So do something, but extend your breathing. So then the mind will be relaxed. So this is a nice way to take control of your mind. So in different situations, we can apply. So extended exhalation, chanting long Omkara. No, I don't have time. At least listen to some chanting. So that listening itself will have an impact on the mind. So in this way, this is the second approach. And of course, I will not go into reading all these things. So many influences, positive influences on the mind by the practice of pranayama. Bhavananiji has given a list of activities, means self-acceptance, self-actualization, social adjustment, anxiety, depression, reduction of hostility. So many things are achieved at the level of mind by the practice of yoga in general, pranayama in particular. So hence these many benefits are there. Next approach is that how many approaches we have done? Two approaches. One at the level of emotion, one at the level of breathing. The third approach that he is giving is very interesting at the level of our senses. Vishayavati va pravrittirutpanna manasasthiti nibandhini. Okay. Again, when the mind is agitated, classical interpretation I will first give. So then the sutra says, focus on the tip of your nose. Mind is restless, agitated, something challenging is there. Then focus on the tip of your nose. Then you will experience a divine smell. If your mind is absorbed in the divine smell, the mind will calm down. Then focus on the tip of your tongue. Then the divine taste you will experience. The mind absorbed in the divine taste again will settle down. Focus on the palate region. Then you will experience a divine color, divine form. The mind will settle down. Focus on the middle portion of the tongue. Stay with that. Then you will experience a divine touch, divya sparsha. And then at the base of the tongue, focus. Then what will you get? You will experience a divine sound. I know what is going on in your mind. What is this? You are telling some magical things, divine touch, divine smell, divine taste, etc. For that, Patanjali Maharshi has already responded. If a man whose mind is disturbed wants to take up some of these practices of yoga, yet doubts the truth of them, he will have his doubts set at rest. When after a little practice, these things come to him and he will persevere. Before becoming, that's what something good is told, what emotion we should have? Gladness. Then you have to apply the first one. So this is the approach, this is the classical approach. So can we, what is the, when we study, means of course this is right. This is how it has to be done. Or is there a simple understanding of it? What is that which will calm the mind down? Divine smell, divine taste, divine color, divine touch, and divine sound. All these five, where will you get? It is on the slide. In a temple. Go visit a temple. You get a divine smell, fragrance. See, people say, and ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಬಂದೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಸಮಾಧಾನ ಆಯ್ತು. ಯಾಕೆ ಸಮಾಧಾನ ಆಯ್ತು? What is the mechanism? You have experienced all these five. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಶಾಂತವಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದೆ, ಈಗ now I am fine. People say that. So because we have five positive reinforcements to our five sense organs. That nice fragrance is there. And then of course, at the end when you come, you get prasada. Before that, you get tirtha, divine touch. And then of course, the divine color means the beautiful alankara of the Deva, Devata, and also the Karpura Nirajana, the Arati that is happening. And then, of course, the divine touch means the water that is given, the tirtha is there, the prokshana, the sprinkling of that, we take it with the shraddha. So our shraddha makes it divine, right? Our deep faith that this is going to do something good to me, that makes it divine for us. So that's why in the house also, they say at least the puja room should be clean, and the light is to be lit, and the flowers are to be offered. These are all is God doesn't want. He only says patram pushpam phalam toyam. You just even offer water to me. I am happy with that. We bring in all these things so that our sense organs get a positive reinforcements and a divine kind of thing. And when the mantra chanting is heard, the divine sound is heard, the bell is ringing, all those things are there. So that's how temple works for us. So if we have a place in house also in which we can get all these five, then naturally it will calm the mind down, because it is the sense organs which are getting a positive reinforcement. That's how temple. That's why people say temple, go to the temple. So that's the idea behind this. And so in this way, that's why aroma therapy in naturopathy, they have aroma, that smell also has color therapy. You have to use all those fancy terms: aroma therapy, color therapy, mud therapy, all these things. But ultimately they are doing Vishaya. This is called as Vishayavati Pravritti. Vishaya means objects of the senses. Indriya and its Vishaya. Vishayavati Pravritti means a special state of mind where you experience divine objects. That's all. So that is Vishayavati Pravritti. That's another approach. Again every evening, that is the lighting the lamp and then having that incense stick lit. Naturally, at evening, people will be coming back from office. Everyone will. So when people enter, when everyone come back at the end of the day, if the house is divine, someone is chanting the shlokas, if the lamp is lit, the fragrance sticks are lit, naturally the mind will calm down. I will also feel like washing the feet and go and sit in the puja room for some time. Or else, see, things erupt in the house because we carry load from our office, and it is kind of, it reflects in our interactions. So if someone is sitting and chanting, will I shout that at the person? No. So I will calm down. So hence, that's why in the evening, they have thought over everything. So this is Vishayavati Pravritti. And then there is this Shri Suktam which says, Gandhadwaram Duradharsham Nitya Pushtankarishini Ishwarigam Sarva Bhutanam Tamiho Pahvaye Shriyam. This is Shri Suktam. Goddess also says, Goddess herself, she says, wherever there is a fragrance, wherever there is a nice lamp is lit, wherever there is the smell of the sandal paste, smell of flowers, smell of incense sticks, I reside there. If the house is bereft of that, I will go away. That's what it is said. So hence, it's a sign of prosperity. It is a sign of well-being, that Vishayavati Pravritti. We also started this session with lighting of the lamp. So hence, in this way, lighting of the lamp, incense stick, all these are very important. So not unlike, there was one, what is that? There is one room freshener. They put all rotten things, and above that you put, and then, no, not that way. It should be clean and also fragrant. That is the idea. Okay. No, people get various kinds of solutions these days, right? This is the third, especially giving a divine experience in life. Means the sense organs should be taken care of properly. So prana and then the indriyas. Now Vishokava Jyotishmati, fourth approach. Vishokava Jyotishmati. Again, there is this experience. Vishoka, Shoka. This is called as Jyotishmati Pravritti. Previous approach was Vishayavati Pravritti, and this approach is called by the traditional yoga philosophers as Jyotishmati Pravritti. This is more connected with light. Previously, it was for all the five sense organs. Now it is about the mind. So now the mind also, when someone is feeling down and out, depression, what is that? Just like I'm falling down with no base being found. I'm going down, down, down. I don't want to talk to anyone, etc., etc. everyone will find when one or the other failure comes, oh, I am good for nothing, I am useless, how will I ever face that thing? So all those negative thoughts come, shoka will come, never ever, or some deep grief will be there. In corona period, many, especially during the second cycle, many unexpected people passed away. So hence a deep grief will be there. We will be finding it difficult to pull up, whereas there were doctors whose parents passed away, but they reported to the duty next day. There were many newspaper reports are there. So whereas there are others who hold on to the grief, hold on to the negativity, and they go down deeper. So this is called as Tamasika Dhriti in Yoga Sutra. I wrote an article during the Corona period, how Krishna has foreseen. Many people, even after 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months, they were unable to come out of that thing. Of course, the initial impact, no one can this thing. But after a point of time, we have to take it in our stride and then move forward. So when that negativity, darkness, etc. grips us, so when you feel that there is a darkness, so there is a beautiful song sung by Jagjit Singh also. Many of you, there is this album called as a Ma. Many of you may have heard, or now you can Google, not now, after this lecture. Because nowadays there is phone, immediately we can do. So in that, Mere manke andha tamas mein jyotirmayi nikalo. So in that way, so that light of brightness should be lit. So how that meditative practice is given, that is this heart, this mid-chest region is the yogic heart, not the heart that pumps blood. So this mid-chest region is considered as the seat of our mind. In that, we have to meditate that I am light. I am light and my mind is light. So that is the positive. So, of course, every sun will be covered by clouds. So my mind is essentially light. Currently, this cloud is covering it. This cloud will also pass. Essentially, I am light. This is not said by even Patanjali. It comes from the Vedas. The Vedas say, Jyotiraham viraja vipapma bhuya saggaswaha annamaya pranamaya manomaya vijnanamaya anandamaya atma me shuddhyantam jyotiraham. Jyotiraham. Aham jyotihi. I am light. Viraja vipapma. Let me be free from all impurities. So let me shine as a light. So this kind of a positive feeling about one's own mind is essential. So this meditation in the middle of the heart, that my mind is filled with light. So that is very essential. So that's why when we light the lamp, etc., that is external activity. We have to light the lamp inside also. That external lamp indicates the lamp to be lit in the mind. Our Shastras never allow a person to drown in one's own negativity. So many examples are there. Hanuman searched for Sita everywhere, in every other palatial building, and then he was in the mood of giving up, and then I cannot go back with this failure. I will jump into the ocean, or I see a particular island, I will sit under the tree, I will fast unto death. This was his name, even for the great Hanuman. Buddhir balam yasho dhairyam. The one who is Bajrang Bali, means the one who is full of strength and energy, he also plummeted into negativities. Valmiki records this. Why? Because he could pull himself up. And then after that, in which garden he finds Sita? Ashoka. The terminology. He was earlier in Shoka, that he will not find. Once you shake away that Shoka, you will find Sita. See, this is highly symbolic. That you have to read that previous thought process of Hanuman, then you will see the significance of the forest Ashokavana. So hence there he finds that here also Vishokava Jyotishmati. If you light the lamp, the shoka, suffering, depression, negativity will go. Our Shastra never allows a person to give up. See, what will happen? A person will end his life, right? Hanuman also was planning for that. So, and when such a Hanuman who pulled himself up from a negative state. When he meets Sita, Sita was about to hang herself in her long hair. She had a very long hair. She was tormented by Rakshasas and others. She decided, Ravana had given an ultimatum. You don't get convinced in another month, I will have you for my breakfast. Pratarashartham, I will eat you for my breakfast. That's what he has told. She was terrified, all the Rakshasas, this thing. So she was absolutely in total negativity, surrounded by Rakshasas. She was about to hang herself in her own hair. Then Hanuman slowly comes and says that I am here, Ramaduta, and then he advises, the one who has just come out of that, he advises, Kalyani Bata Gatheyam, Laukiki Pratibhatima, Eti Jivantam Anandaha Naram Varsha Shatadapi. A person who survives, even though it may take 100 years, certainly happiness is bound to come. So hence don't kind of die now out of despair. Survive. So in the same way, there are many occasions when they were unable to find Sita, Angada and other monkeys, they decided to commit suicide. And then they were lamenting, and then one Sampati, brother of Jatayu, comes, and then they had, so every more you are in the bottom of your state, from there also there is possibility, there is a light at the end of tunnel. So that light is your mind. If the mind is bright, if you feel that the positivity or your mind is light, you will feel that all this can be overcome. The pressure or the weight of the moment will be weighing you down. But this teaching is very essential. Children are not taught this. Just now I saw a video, unnecessarily I was browsing. I saw this, I don't know, a 4th class child. She jumped from 4th floor of a school. What pressure she had, what tension she had. So they are not educated. These Ramayana and Mahabharata are not for any other thing. All these stories are to be told so that this mind becomes resilient. You are light essentially. All that has to be brought in. This is the 4th approach. I will quickly run through all the other 3 approaches remaining. Next one is very easy. Vitaraga Vishayam Va Chittam. Sorry, I will not do pranayama. I will not go to temple, etc. All these activities I will not do. Okay. Someone is giving some pravachana, harikatha. You just go and sit there. Just listen. Vitaraga Vishayam means hearing about noble personalities who are free from attachment, etc. Vita, raga means attachment. Vita means those who are free from. So in Harikatha and Pravachana, stories about only noble personalities will be told, right? So just listen to them. So Shuka Maharshi, Sadashiva Brahmendra, so many such hundreds of examples are there. Every other Prahlada, Dhruva, Nachiketas, Acharya Shankara, all these at a young age, they had done the sannyasa, then they have roamed the entire Bharat. Shankaracharya established Matha, and he did it everything within 32 years. Finished. And same is the case of Vivekananda. Before 39, he didn't even see 40. So hence, all this, when we listen to these stories, that's why in Ramakrishna Math and other places, in the evening Arati, they do some pravachana also. So hence, just go and listen to that. So when we hear about, see, we human beings, we always look for precedents and role models. Why are you late to office? You didn't ask that person, no? He also came late. So we find role models for both positive and negative things. So when there are some stories about nice role models, can't we expose ourselves to those nice? So the entire system of Harikatha is for that only. So the British could not quell our freedom movement at any time, because there was a historical study. There were sannyasis roaming around from village to village. If they go under a tree, they will sit and they will start their pravachana. People around them, they will sit, they will be educated. That's all. There is no board, no building, no infrastructure. Their infrastructure is a tree and a sannyasi. That's all. The sannyasi will get food here today, Next day he will go to other place. His only task is to, so this, all the propaganda of all world media, nowadays they speak about narrative setting, right? Oh, what narrative is being set? All these narratives are broken by our Harikatha sannyasis. That tradition, if it is alive, it is alive even now. So if that is alive, people are intimately informed. For Mahakumbha, how many people, lakhs and lakhs of people, how do they join? So it is by the local sannyasis and acharyas who keep reminding their Shishya Vargas and others, and they just go and congregate. So no one announced, no big, of course, the Uttar Pradesh government and other things, they advertise it. But there is no formal invitation, no big buses, lorry, etc. were not arranged. So what is the network that keeps the dharma alive in this country? Is this Harikatha, Sannyasa, Sampradaya, who just roam around in the country and then share these ideas for no prayojana of themselves, only to put the good words in the. So there are so many examples. I will not get into, maybe in a different occasion we will take up. One small example of Nivedita, last one only I will tell. Nivedita, Sahodari Nivedita, heard of her? She is the disciple of Swami Vivekananda. She is Margaret Noble. She came to India and then she settled in Bengal, and then she was a student, and then she wanted to establish a school for girl children at that point of time, early 1900, 1905, 1907, after the passing away of Vivekananda. So she used to go house to house and then ask people, sir, you are a rich person, please contribute something to girl school, girl education, school, establishing the school. She used to go and ask. So one person came, he was a rich person, he opened the door. When she said, sir, I'm such and such a person, we are going to start a school for girl children, so please give us some charity, give us some donation. So he first slapped her. He just slapped her out of arrogance. Then what Sister Nivedita said was, thank you, sir. Slap you have given to me. Now give something to the girl children. This is a Vita Raga. This is a dispassion. The goal objective is clear. Immediately, when what will happen to us, how would we have reacted? Oh, that's all. I have been disrespected. I will never come to this street, this country, this place. I will go. I will pack my bags and go to London. That's all. No. See, this is the level of Vita Raga Vairagya, determination and also detachment. So when we listen to such inspiring stories, we will not be affected. When she can hold her in an alien country for an alien civilization, it is not even her civilization or the culture or the religion, she had owned it up, and to such an extent she just was dispassionate. So I am just struggling with my household chores and difficulties and relationships. When I hear this story, will I not be inspired in a positive way about my own behavior, etc.? So Vitaraga Vishayam Va Chittam. The penultimate thing is Swapna Nidra Jnana Lambanam Va. Okay, all this is in a waking state. These are the tools of waking state. You can harness your dream state and deep sleep state to attain calmness of the mind. So for example, there are multiple layers of interpretation to this. So we had, in my good sleep, I had a dream that I went to a particular temple, I did the pradakshina, the devata manifested, and then I was blessed. Or my guru, he appeared in my dream, he uttered certain very personal guidance to me in my dream. So are such a divine, or the person whom I respect most, my mother or some mentor, he appeared in my dream and then uttered certain words. Those are all pleasant dreams. See, normally children, when they wake up, they speak about their nightmares in a very, very long way. They will keep telling the thing. But the Patanjali Maharshi reminds, for our case, when we have such good experiences, you can meditate upon those experiences. In the sense, oh, you can recollect, oh, when I feel negative about me, it is the same mind which was blessed with the vision of the particular sannyasi or the guru or the devata. So hence, such a blessed experience I had, and my mind has positive potentials. So my mind will, and that is most intimate experience. See, it is in the temple, all these things are common for everyone. Whereas this particular experience is highly personal and highly intimate, so which is very close to me, so which will easily capture my imagination and I can calmly reflect upon it. And then I am not a totally hopeless person. There is hope in me. And of course, and one more thing is swapna and nidra. Nidra means deep sleep. On a given morning, you wake up and you feel, ah, such a nice and refreshing sleep. You can meditate upon that experience. Always we complain that life is not complete or it's all suffering. Immediately as I wake up, it's all challenge, etc., etc. Can't we just reflect upon the nice, good night's sleep that we had? So that itself will kind of calm our mind and give hope for another better day. So that calm experience, that so it also shows your mind has the potential to calm down. So having those nice visions in the dream and also having that deep, nice sleep, we can recollect. So in the morning, we immediately, as the alarm means makes the sound, we run into our activity. No, just pause. Just wake up, just spend 3 minutes on what kind of dream, what kind of a sleep experience you had. If it is good, it will be a positive thing. If it is not so pleasant, okay, what better thing I can do? Ahara, vihara, vyavahara, what can I do? Why did I not get a good sleep? So that will get a good point of reflection to start your day. No, today I will not get into this particular argument. So I will keep myself away so that my sleep is not disturbed. So in this way, a mindful waking up where I reflect upon my deep sleep and dream experiences. That is also another way. Who might have thought of all these things? These are all kind of fantastic discoveries, scientific discoveries. We say these are all Patanjali Maharshi has gone within. Why do we worship him? He has found out these techniques and methods which are there within us. We don't use it. So this is another thing. Okay, 6 approaches are given. What do you think will be the 7th approach? Yathabhimata dhyanadva. Patanjali also is exhausted. I have done my best to dig out some 6 approaches to calm your mind. Sorry. If anything calms your mind, please meditate upon it. For meditation, not to see anything. So, Patanjali Maharshi says, whatever calms your mind. See, it's certain universal things may not, one thing may not calm everyone. So, each and every person will have his own preferences. Someone will be a Hanuman Bhakta. Someone may be a Narayana Bhakta. Someone may be a Shiva Bhakta. So, all these, someone may just want to listen to a music and it will calm the mind down. So, whatever will calm your mind down in a positive way. Drugs also will calm the mind down. Rather, it will kind of suppress the mind things. But whatever will calm your mind in a sattvic way, please adopt your approach, which includes your Ishtadevata. You can take up that Ishtadevata and then incorporate. So I will not prescribe anything, you choose. So then we have to reflect upon what is our preference. What am I? Whom do I like most? Whom do I revere most? It may be a particular guru, it may be a particular personality, it may be a particular devata. So you choose, and whenever there is when the situation of distress, please remember that person, and then you can calm your mind down. So these are the 7 approaches. So we can see emotional responses, the body and breath, then sense organs, then the cheerfulness, not getting into drowning into depression by meditating upon the light, stories, Vitaraga Vishayam, dreams and deep sleep, and finally meditating upon that which calms your mind down. Maybe your mother or your guru or whoever it may be. So as I said, how can I apply? This is the last slide. So penultimate slide. So how can I apply? Maitri, Karuna, Mudita, Upeksha, emotions I have to journal. At night, before I go to sleep, how I emoted, how did I emotionally react to various situations? Until we become aware of these things, we will not be able to address this. So someone will not, some chat GPT or some co-pilot will not address this solution. For this, there is no AI. There is only one I. NI only, natural intelligence only should solve, and that too by that journaling will help in understanding how I have reacted emotionally. Prachardana Vidharana, doing pranayama, incorporating the pranayama practice mindfully. These are all certain cost-effective methods, no-cost methods. Your own breath, you have to breathe in and out systematically. And of course, keeping the space clean, fragrant, etc. Vishayavati, Jyotishmati, lighting a lamp daily, meditating upon yourself as light. Amritasya putra vayam, Vivekananda says, we are all sons and daughters of immortality and not negativity. We are not sinners, eternal sinners. No, we are all source of light that is there. Listen to pravachana and then pause after waking to reflect upon the dream and deep sleep and meditate on Ishtadevata. These are all the 7 approaches that Patanjali. So there is a total democracy in this. See, there is no taboo or kind of this, you have to do only this. No, multiplicity. So do this or that or any of these you try to do, and whichever suits you, you can pick out from. So this is a toolkit. It's a good toolkit from which you can pick up, then you can practice. Then the final last parting thought that which I have already thought is that Patanjali, that is in Hatha Yoga Pradipika, we see Kriya Yuktasya Siddhi Syat Akriyasya Katham Bhavet Na Shastra Bhatha Matrena Yoga Siddhit Prajayate. What we have to do on listening to all these things, Kriya. We have to act. Na Shastra Patha Matrena, chanting these 7 sutras will not help calm the mind. We have to apply. So another Suchintitam cha aushadham aturanam na nama matrena karotyarogam. Doctor gives prescription that you eat this medicine, you will be all right. Can I eat the prescription? No. We have to walk to the Suchintitam. See, the doctor has given the correct prescription. Aushadam, he has thought well. Na nama matrena. Merely doing the japa of the medicine will not help. So we have to go. In ancient times, we have to prepare the medicine. Nowadays, you have to go and purchase the medicine and you have to take it. So then it will help. So hence, these are the timeless wisdom. This is Indian knowledge systems. These are all not any knowledge that has come now. This is handed down traditionally. We need not do any kind of course in Harvard or Princeton or any Ivy League universities to know this. This knowledge was available, is available, and organizations led by Vinayji like Yoga-Vijnana is doing this spread of IKS, of the timeless wisdom. So we have to utilize, harness, and practice for our well-being and also the well-being of one and all. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. ಹೇಗೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಯೋಗ ಸೂತ್ರ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಸರ್. ಸೊ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಸೋ ಈಗರ್ ಟು ಲರ್ನ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ನ್ಯೂ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಹಿಮ್. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಚಿತ್ತ ಪರಿಕರ್ಮಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ರಿ. ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ 7 ways ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ಕಲಿಬಹುದು ಅಂತ. ಅಂಡ್ ಮೋರ್ ಓವರ್ ಬರೀ ಕಲ್ಯೋದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಅಡಾಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕೂಡ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮೇನ್ ಥೀಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಟ್. ಸೊ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಐ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ Shri Vinay Siddhaya sir to come and talk, say something about it and do the vote of thanks. Thank you.
So formally, thank you to Dr. Jayaraman ji for my side. Thank you so much. It was always wonderful to listen to your lectures, because whenever you speak, right, you just don't use only Sanskrit jargons. You just always make it so practical and so applicable to our lifestyle. So it's something which all these 7 steps that he has given, right, is something which we can start applying from today onwards itself, right now after this talk. And that's how practical this is. Okay. So I hope you all will start practicing at least some or all of these techniques. See, one thing I can say that when you start practicing one, right, your mind will become so calm that naturally all the things will become evident also. All the other techniques are there. Even if you don't practice it also, any one technique which helps you to calm the mind is going to reveal all other techniques automatically. Okay, and that's how all these techniques are. So whichever is convincing for you, you can just start with that. So naturally, you will slowly, over a period of time, you'll start inculcating other practices. Okay. So thank you so much for delivering such insightful talk to us in this Yoga Vichara. And you give a nice definition for Yoga Vichara itself. Okay. So, and we started with Vichara, and it deepened our understanding of this topic itself. Okay. So from our side, can we just pass it on? So from our side, a small token from Yoga Vijnana. So thank you so much, sir. Okay. Thank you. So I think those who are attending online, offline, we are ending yet another Yoga Vichara talk, and thanks to so much for everybody to help us organizing this. Thanks to Akshada for invocation, Jyoti Praveen for uh, anchoring the whole program, and thanks to Pratibha who has managed the entire background work for us, and thank to all our trustees, Shivswami sir, my father Siddhaya is here, and everybody who is there who is coming together and trying to build this beautiful foundation. All the support you have all thrown us in building this foundation. Thank you so much for everyone. Okay. And next month, we are taking a short break in this Vichara discussion because next 14th December is our 13th anniversary of Yoga Vijnana. So, because of that, everybody is busy with the annual day celebration. And after that, people are busy with holiday celebrations. Okay. So, once we finish the December year end thing, we will resume the Yoga Vichara. Next month, I think we'll not have one Vichara. I think we're already in discussion to have a long series, and where he is also one of the speakers in that series on yoga, IKS, and education related topics. So, where we are going to cover a broad spectrum of topics in a 8 lecture series from the foundation again. Yoga Vijnana Foundation is organizing this session in the month of January. I think you'll again hear him on one of the topics in that series as well.
You have to tolerate once again.
I think it'll be a pleasure to hear you once again, actually. So after that, we'll again resume the same series of Yoga Vichara from next month after this long series of talks. Okay. So with that, thanks to everyone offline, online, and I encourage people to come offline as much as possible because when a speaker like this is speaking, right, the energy with the physical presence is too high. Okay. Online, yes, you can, of course, if you're not in the Bangalore city or if you're very far, then it's okay. But at least people who are staying in the city, right, if you can come more in numbers to the center itself to listen to the lectures. I know today many were online than offline. Uh, I wish to see this reversal happening at least in the next Yoga Vichara talk, where we will have more people in the center than attending online, so that we can just get the maximum. Because this is how the traditionally the learnings are happening. When the guru is teaching, right, we all sit down and listen to him, and that is so beautiful feeling to listen to the lectures and learn from the teachers, right? So we want to just revive those kind of a discussion. Of course, online is just a backup option. Please try to come as much as possible to the center. Okay. So with that, we'll close here. Probably with a group photo we can take. Of course, online people will be missing you with the group photo. So see you all in the next Yoga Vichara talk. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. So much.
Do a Shanti mantra, sir.
Yeah, we can only lead it. Shanti
Okay.
mantra, probably you can only lead
Yeah.
it. On Shanti mantra, the Shanti mantra will end it. Just at 2 minutes. Just everybody settle down. Yes, sir, please.
Sarve bhavantu sukhinah.
Sarve bhavantu sukhinah.
Sarve santu niramayah.
Sarve santu niramayah.
Sarve bhadrani pashyantu.
Sarve bhadrani pashyantu.
Ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet.
Ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.